Okay, welcome everyone. 15 minutes of positivity. It is a super rainy. I'm staring out the window here and it is starting to come down. And apparently this will be going on for a few days. And this is the biggest storm that we've experienced yet, one of many. So stay safe, stay off the roads if you can. And glad you're here for a few minutes. Quick reminder, we meet every day, Monday through Friday, just for a few minutes. And the idea is to practice those core behaviors that help us feel better and healthier and happier. And so today's theme is this idea of priming our nervous system. So it is true that if you really start paying attention to your thoughts and your feelings, you'll realize that you don't choose any of them, right? None of us on this call have any idea what we're going to think or feel, or even what our body's going to sense in 30 seconds or a minute or an hour or later this evening. We have no idea. And so at times it can feel a little bit disheartening when a lot of what we do experience is, anxiety or fear, or there's kind of the sense of, well, if I don't control any of this, then what is there that I can do? And there's this interesting concept in neurology called priming. And it goes something like this. While we don't control or don't really, aren't the originators of our thoughts and our feelings, we're very much the experiencers of them. We can deliberately create environmental or circumstantial experiences that predispose us to having more of one kind of thought or experience than another. So, for example, if you're struggling with alcohol consumption, spending a lot of time at bars is probably not a smart move, right? So deliberately saying, okay, this is, if or when I go to bars, given my relationship to alcohol, I'm much more likely to drink just because of the environment. So it's probably a smart move for me to intentionally focus on going to places or spending time with people where alcohol consumption is not, such a central part of that experience. In other words, I can choose to deliberately prime my nervous system by exposing it to certain experiences that are going to be more conducive to me having the desired experiences. So take a moment and think about, well, who are the people that I like to hang out with? Who says I love you a lot, and who helps me feel good and confident about myself? Who eats healthy, whole, good foods? Who spend being active outdoors? Like those people help the environments out to insert myself into. And so the reason I'm bringing that up is one of the proven mechanisms that we can prime our nervous system is through this process of stream of consciousness journaling. We've done this here a few times before, and the idea is quite simple. I'm going to show you some prompts, and your goal is to simply write without thinking about it too much. So you're not communicating, you're not writing a letter, you're not sending anything out to anyone. This is just for your eyes only. So it doesn't even have to be complete sentences, but the idea is whatever I put on the screen for 3 minutes or so, just allow the stream of consciousness to flow through your pen onto the paper. And a little tip here for how to make that happen is don't let the pen leave the paper. So as soon as you do that and start thinking, and then you're sort of premeditating a little too much. So the idea is put pen to paper and just keep writing. And if you don't know what to write because nothing comes to mind, you can literally write that down. You can say, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. And then eventually you'll notice that the next thought will pop in your mind. And so again, this is the point here is this is a really creative way of accessing and priming our nervous system to just lean into certain parts of our consciousness that we may otherwise not be accessing. Okay, so let's start that. Before we do, let's just take 60 seconds to ground and arrive, and then I'll put the prompts on the screen, and I'll keep time, and we'll just do that for another 10 minutes or so. Okay, so let's start by closing our eyes. Noticing your body and space and time, sitting in a chair, breathing. Again, very similar to our thoughts and our feelings. Notice how breath is just happening. It's nothing that you're doing. It's more like you're witnessing that this body that you inhabit is doing this thing called breathing. Taking a step back and just noticing. And then setting the intention to just open up for the next 8 minutes or so. Just allow whatever comes to mind to flow. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no moral judgments on good or bad or appropriate or not. It's really just, this is for your eyes only. Just allow whatever comes out to end up on the paper. And let's try it out. So when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. The first prompt that we'll write about for about 2.5 minutes is, my life would be simpler if I could let go of. So go ahead and write that down on top of the page. My life would be simpler if I could let go of, and then just start writing. Again, don't let the pen leave the paper. Just keep going for 2.5 minutes. Would be simpler if I could let go of. Okay, well, I'm guessing that's my internet connection. Sorry about that. So the next prompt is, I would be healthier if I cultivated more. I would be healthier if I cultivated more, and just keep writing. Okay, and let's give this another 10 or 15 seconds. So maybe just wrap up what you're writing on this prompt. We got one more to go. Let's just pause just for a few seconds. Just reground, let go of this past prompt, and then step into the next one with an open, creative heart. I will ask for support from my community by, go ahead and write that down at the top of the page. I will ask for support from my community by, start writing. And just a reminder, what you're writing down doesn't have to make any grammatical sense. It's really just about exploring whatever comes up for you with this prompt. Okay, and let's start wrapping this up. Another 15 seconds. It's 12:15, so I want to wrap it up on time. Hope this was helpful. Just a good reminder for, if we keep opening up ourselves to being curious and being creative about what is actually going on in our subconscious, I think we can obviously in many ways be our own best teachers, because oftentimes we know what we need and we know what the right answers are for ourselves. And so this kind of journaling is a great way of exploring that. Hope this was helpful. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll do gratitude practice then. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.